J Crawford is the CEO of LJC Motivations, through which she has impacted souls around the world with her messages of hope, comfort, and inspiration. She holds over 20 years of experience in the hospitality industry. Ms. Crawford speaks to the pain points of the service industry. Leaders first, customers are the employees. The employees can make or break a company, but leaders can make or break an employee. Ms. Crawford is a global impact speaker, self-love after trauma coach, an international best-selling author. She holds a business degree in organizational management from Bethel University.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to our I Am Woman show. We are super excited to have you here with us tonight. You have heard it. Hi, Joyanne. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. Tonight we're talking with our beautiful queen, Lisa J Crawford. And you have heard her bio just now. She's an amazing, phenomenal woman. I can't wait for you to hear her story on what makes her resilient. So I'm going to get right to it and I'm going to welcome her in the room.
Oh,
Welcome, Lisa. How are
thank you.
you?
This is such an honor. You have so much energy, and I love this. I am so excited to be here tonight.
Oh, yes, that's lovely. You are most welcome. We're grateful to have you here. So, Lisa, we're talking resilience, right? So, when you hear that word resilience, what is your definition of resilience?
Resilience to me is when you can bounce back after trauma. And one of
Mm,
my friends brought this to my attention. She said, when you say bounce back, what are you bouncing to? Well, I'm bouncing to my vision. I'm bouncing to my victory. I'm bouncing to peace. So resilience means you don't stay where you've been. You keep moving forward.
that's right. I love that. I'm gonna steal that. You bounce back. You bounce to your vision. Oh, I love that. I love that. So, Lisa, I mean, we've all had to be resilient at some point in our lives, and sometimes we are resilient and we don't even recognize that that's what we're doing. Because it comes like second nature to us. So, I
Right.
want you to tell me about a time where you had to show resilience. Tell us about that.
So when I was working at this property hotel, I had a leader who just absolutely despised me. I'm like this right here. I am rainbows and butterflies and dolphins with babies. I love, and I love people so much. But I allowed a human being to take me down from off of who I know that I am. And it took me to points of I had to get somebody to come get me out the car. When I was coming to work, the doctor put me on uppers, put me on something to go to sleep. I was passing out of work. I went through so much stuff with this leader. But hear what I said. I allowed that to happen because I was not sure about me. I want to make sure that that's clear. But during that time, I thought I was doing everything that I could possibly do to be the best me that I could for that job, but it wasn't enough. And that's the problem. Some people get in situations and they keep trying and trying, but people still make you feel like you're not enough. But the last time I passed out at that job, I had an epiphany. I went to the emergency room and I honestly could hear the voice say to me, "You got to fix this." I had a conversation. It was like I was looking down on myself. My son was at my feet. My best friend was at my right, at my left. And he said, "You got to fix this." I said, "I can't fix it. They need to fix it. They're the boss." Said, "No, they can't do it." So when I got myself together and I went back to work, I had my little meeting. He started in on me. I said, "What do you want from me, sir?" He said, "I want you to do this, this, and this." I had to breathe and I felt a presence come upon me. And I said, "You never taught me how to do that." And from that moment forward, until I went from, in his eyes, I went from being a person who would never be a good sales manager to a platinum sales manager because I was obedient to the voice. So it took a lot of resilience on my part to even just stay there in that space. Maybe it was fear. That's a time when you don't know that you're being resilient because you're scared to move forward. But maybe it was just a whisper of the Lord. That's where I'm at.
Wow,
Okay.
wow. Talk about resilience. I mean, wow. Wow. Oh my goodness. I love that you just bounced back. You made the decision and you got things done. And sometimes that's where it starts, you know. It really
Right.
starts at making a decision. I find that in talking to a lot of people, you know, when they have not made up their minds, they keep going around in circles because they have not decided, you know, that they deserve more. And I love your story. You decided that no, this is not it.
It's
So,
not it.
no. So, Lisa, you are a certified leadership coach. I want you to tell me a little bit more about how you got into that space, you know, and tell us a little bit more about your love for actually doing it.
So everything that God does is perfect and strategic. Had I not went through those bad things with different bosses, because a leader leads, but a boss points and they point and make you feel bad, some of them. But from that instance, that situation that I went through, I took that with me and I started thinking about how do I want to be treated as an employee? What are leaders doing wrong? And what I came up with is that you can be in hospitality, but not be hospitable. And the most important people in any business is the person that works for you. The employee matters more than the bottom line. Because if you mistreat your employee, you don't have a bottom line. You know what I mean? I have been in spaces where I was at a hotel once and this girl, lady came out and she was just talking to a housekeeper so terrible, just disrespectful. And I came around that corner. I was visiting and I said, excuse me, don't speak to my employee like that. Don't do that. Because if it wasn't for her, you would not have a clean room. I read her a new one very professionally and let her know you're going to honor her. You can move on. I think that everything that I went through has put me in this place. So that goes to show you that everything that looks bad, God meant for good. Some people, they would have rested in the bad part, but I took that bad part and created a platform. For that, I am truly thankful for all that I went through with that situation because I want to help people be better.
I love that. I love that. So from bouncing back from that, is that what got you into doing leadership coaching? Is that
It
where it
is.
began for you?
He
So
thought he
how
was
many
trying to be there, but he gave me something strong to stand on. I
I
giggle
love
every
it.
time I think about it.
How many years have you been practicing that? Practicing being a coach? How many years?
So I've been a coach, like a purpose discovery coach, self-love coach, but this particular thing happened 2016.
Wow.
And that's when I started saying, okay, and then on top of that, let me tell you this. After I
Hmm.
got the platinum, they
Yeah.
fired me.
Wow.
They did. And from that point, I, I was like, okay, well, I'm writing a book
Mm.
and it's, maybe this is this. But in the process of it all, I lost my house. I lost my job.
Oh,
I
wow.
lost I wrote a book. I lost
Hmm.
my car. I got evicted with the sheriff. And all of those things led me to one important thing. All my life, I have lived for other people. I was 49 years old and
Hmm.
didn't have nothing, you know?
Wow.
Me living in a hotel after working at a place for almost 12 years, living in a hotel and trying to make it every day. And I met someone
Mm.
online. I wrote a book about online dating too, but I met someone and he said, if you can have courage to leave your family
Wow.
and do something for you, I can give you a phone number. You have to take it from there. So I was like, what's
Mm.
the job? He said, it's leasing apartments. So I'm like, well, I can sell a $700 hotel room. I know I can sell an apartment. So I made a phone call, left a voicemail. They called me back. I was gone for a week. In 2017, January 2nd, I started leasing apartments. I
Wow.
lived in 5 states in 10 months. I had to leave my family. That was the first time I ever felt grown and like me.
Wow.
I found out who I was. There were some things about me. I was like, girl, you don't even like that. Why you let people do that to you?
Wow. Wow. What a journey.
But I was 49 years old. That's how come I don't believe in young people saying, oh, I can't do that. I didn't know who I was, truly who I was, until I left home.
Wow.
And so just the ability to be able to drop down into a place and chameleon yourself and and meet people. You go in places that you don't even know people. And I still do that. I don't do it for the apartments, but I traveled 89% of the world last year doing hotels. So, and I just love people. I want people to feel good because life is rough. So I have a smile ministry. So everybody I see, I make a point to smile at them and give them some joy, even if it's just for a moment.
I love that. I love that. I love that. So what kept you focused as you were going through that rough patch, as you were rebuilding? What was that one thing that, that encouraged you, like, listen, I can't give up right now. I have to keep pushing.
I know who I am. I know that I was meant to do something great.
Yeah.
From little, I knew that. But the journey, you can have those feelings, but then the journey helps, no matter how bad it is or how good it is, it builds you so that you go through the bad things so that when you meet somebody and they're down, you can say, I can relate to that. I understand where you're coming from. I've been there. And it's real.
Yeah.
And so I thank God for all the trouble, because there's been some trouble.
Wow.
But baby, when you come up in your soul and come up in your mind, it's a mindset thing. And you can't be resilient if you stay back in the past. That's why it's back there. I don't have eyes in the back of my head. I got eyes in the front. So I need to be looking forward. You hear what I'm saying, y'all?
That's right. That's right. So, oh my goodness, I'm enjoying this conversation, but we got to take a quick break right now just so that we can run an ad, and we will be right back. So those of you who are watching right now, please don't go. We'll be right back right now.
Talk about winning in the marketplace and business. You'd be surprised of so many people who have businesses, who have visions and goals, but they're afraid or they don't have the right information to take their business to the next level. Well, I'm excited that this right here is going to be what you need to get the right information so that your business can continue to grow and to increase.
That's right. You heard it right here. If you are looking to have your business grow, if you're looking to gain impact and you're looking to be able to develop in your niche, then you need to be at the NUPW right here in Barbados on May 29th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Women in Business Prayer Breakfast. Listen, nothing happens without prayer. And prayer is the foundation of everything in our lives. And if you're going to build a successful business that's going to have huge impact, then you need to be in this space, because this is where you're going to gain all the secrets, all the principles, the kingdom principles that are going to help you to sustain in your business, especially when we're going through inflation and different things are happening throughout the world. You will not be affected because you'll have the secret, the principles, the kingdom principles. So join us on May 29th. Don't miss this. Don't miss this opportunity. If you're in Barbados, you want to pull up. We want to see you right in the room. And remember, there's only a donation of 40 Barbados dollars, and it gets you right in that space. All right, so we're talking women of resilience. We have our lovely guest speaker, Lisa Crawford, and she's sharing with us some amazing things that she has been through that has really built her. Our last thing that you shared was what you were able to do to overcome after you would have gone through, that rough patch. You picked yourself up, you bounced back, you remained focused, and you got it done. Now, I want to ask, what would be your advice to that woman right now who's watching us and she's thinking, okay, sounds really great what you're saying, but I'm in a similar space right now and it does not feel as though it's going to change. What would be your words of encouragement to her?
Sit with yourself. Get quiet with yourself. Your vision and your goals are in your DNA. There's nothing that nobody can do outside of you to stop you from being the person that God intended for you to be. So understand, you got to be still sometimes. Nobody around, no phone, nothing but you, a pad and a pen. And I want you to write down all the things that you thought. I don't care if it sounds so far-fetched or whatever to you. If it's in your mind, it's not far-fetched. Trust me, it's not. Sit with yourself and just start mapping out, what can I knock off this list? What can I do with this right here? This is how you move forward. I got a quick story. I'm going to be real quick. So when I was 35 years old, I did a vision board. And on my vision board, I said, I want to spend my 50th birthday in Times Square. 50th birthday in Times Square. Now, mind you, I just told y'all that at 49, I was on the road leasing apartments. How about I got ripped from one place in Virginia on May 28th to go work in New Jersey? Guess where I spent my 50th birthday? Times Square. Got the pictures to prove it. Times Square. If you believe, if it's something that you want to do, put it down, write it, make it plain, believe it in your heart that it can be done. I had to lose my house, lose my job, leave my family, and all of that just because I wanted to spend my birthday in Times Square and get to know who I was. So it's a process. Enjoy it. It's painful. God knows it is. It's painful. I'm out here on the road. Everybody's like, oh, you traveling here, you traveling there. But when I come in that room, I'm by myself. I don't always connect up with people like that because you got to be careful on the road. So I'm by myself. That's the other side of this thing. So just sit still, recognize who you are, know that you can accomplish anything that you choose to. You got to get other people involved. You got to invest in yourself. You got to invest in yourself. Mark my words, you're going to be proud in a minute.
That's right. You're going to be proud in a minute. Wow, 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 wow. You know what? You said something there so amazing. Sometimes we have to lose something. Some things has to be taken away from us for we to be able to be aligned to the place where we're going, the destiny, the purpose, the vision. And sometimes it has to happen that way because we are not getting it.
Yeah.
You're just not getting it, and God has to step in and say, okay, let me just give her a nudge and then she'll get it. And it's so amazing that when you got that nudge, you never stop. And not only did you never stop, you were impacting so many other women along the way because of your courage and your resilience. So I really want to say kudos to you. It's so impressive. Yeah, yes.
Thank you.
You are most welcome. So, Lisa, we're talking about the upcoming magazine that you are one of our beautiful cover girls on. It's going to be launching on May 14th. I can't wait for everyone to be able to see and read your wonderful stories that are up in that magazine. I want you to tell us what made you sign up with Queen's Mindset to be a cover girl.
So I was thinking about the word resilient and being bold and fearless. And I believe that most of my story, if I'm not mistaken, is about my mother. Because my mom, as I was growing up, I saw her and my brother and my sister, they were givers. But this one particular time, I saw my mom, she just was 3 days, 3 people came to our house and she gave something to each one of them. I say, now, that's a part of me. Even as a child, I was intuitive and I knew that I loved people and I wanted to see people succeed. I didn't want people to feel trouble. Even if I felt trouble, I didn't want you to feel trouble. And my mama is a resilient woman. This lady lost a child to cerebral palsy. She had me and then had another child to be ran over by the incline. But she 90 years old come July 19th, and she's still moving forward. That's resilience.
Wow. Wow. She's still moving forward. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. We can talk all night. We can talk all night. Okay. So No, you shared that, and I love the story that you shared about your mom. So tell us a little bit more about your mom. What are some of the other amazing traits that you would have gained from, just from growing up with her and seeing how resilient she was? What were some of your takeaways?
Well, she just was always such a good helper to people, and this sticks out. When I was in high school, she's done so many great things for me, but this is something that I will never forget as long as I live. It was my senior year, and I came up to her late, like most teenagers do. I said, Mama, this is the last payment, $70 payment for my senior class trip. And the look on her face, she was like, okay, go look in my purse. And she gave me the money. I got the money. And then I said, what you doing? And I said, what was this money for? She said, I was going to buy me a new pair of work shoes.
Wow.
And you know what she did? She went in that bathroom and got a sanitary napkin and put it in her shoes. Wow. I will never forget that as long as I live.
Wow.
Because she loved me that much. She didn't want me to be without. And so I took that over into my life. And I might have took it too far because I became a people pleaser and I had to back up from that. Don't be a people pleaser, people. But I loved her so much for that. And she always made sure that I was good. Where they say your mama should be teaching you how to cook. When I came in the kitchen, she was cooking. She's like, don't you have a script to do? Don't you have something to read? And if she hadn't pushed me like that, and my brother and my sister, my brother pushed me in 6th grade. I'm just real quick. 6th grade, they said, Lisa, we want you to do the welcome. I said, okay. So I'm excited. And I went home. I told my brother, he said, okay, we'll write it. We wrote it out. And I said, well, I'm going to take to school tomorrow and read it. He said, no, ma'am, you will never read a script. I have not read a script since I left 6th grade. And the teacher on the day of, she said, where's your paper? I said, I got it memorized. And she said, what? And I gave that speech, baby. And I honor my brother for that. I do. And my sister, she has always been there. She's always helped see about me and make sure I was good when I was little. When she came home, it was like the scent. You could hear it, smell it in your sleep. She wore a particular perfume. And so I've been well blessed.
Amen. Amen. Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. It's amazing when you can have those persons in your corner to push you, and sometimes you don't think that you may need the push, but it's good when you have someone who can see past what's happening already and can encourage you. And that's important that you keep those types of individuals in your circle. Oh my God, this is so amazing. I'm really enjoying talking to you. There's so much that you've shared so far about resilience and what it means to you. But I have to ask, why do you think that some people are still remaining stuck in terms of pursuing their vision and their purpose? Do you think that it's because they're afraid to be resilient, or is it that they're just overwhelmed and tired, or they've just lost track of who they are?
People want to pay their bills. Anything that makes them step outside of that right there is fearful. It's scary, and I get that, but I'm always pushing women and my son, my boys, step outside that comfort zone. Sometimes we get so comfortable. I should have left that job long time ago, that job that I had. Nobody would hire me. So I said, well, Lord, there must be a message. I was a minister too at that time. So I'm like, okay, Lord, there must be a message in this situation. So, but the fear of not succeeding. There are some things that I know that I should be doing right now. But I still have that sometimes. But I get whooped enough. So it's like, girl, didn't I tell you to do that? So I'm constantly working on me. I'm very transparent because some things just horrify me, scare me to death. But I leap in the fear. They called me on one of my jobs. They called me the fire walker because I walked dead into the fire.
I love that.
People be ready to fight about their wedding, but baby, I'm like, hey, I got something to tell you, and you're not gonna like it, but here you go. I'm the fire walker. I walk into the fire, and I think that is something that God just have given me. And I appreciate that. But you know what? One thing that we as resilient women have to make sure that we do is take time for ourselves.
That's right.
Because you got to breathe. And you got to cut everybody off for a minute. Because if you don't, you go crazy with other people's stuff. Let me look at this camera right. You'll go crazy with other people's stuff that has nothing to do with you.
That's right.
And I'm very passionate about that because I used to be like that until somebody brought to my attention, hey, such and such don't support you the way you support them.
Wow.
I never noticed, but I do now.
And with that being said, we're going to take one last break for an ad, and we're going to be right back. So wherever you are, stay with us. Don't leave us. We're going to be right here.
Queen's Mindset, under Battered, Bruised, Not Broken, presents the annual Ladies Buffet Brunch. June 24th, we head on over to the Hilton Resort from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for this grand occasion. It's an event designed to empower women from all walks of life. Early bird tickets, $175. Regular tickets, $200. And once you're a member, your tickets go at $175. Dress code is pajama wear. Your speakers include Vicky Otorina, Marcia Hennis, Nicole Kenwood-Brown, and Natalie Murray. All hosted by Kimisha King.
That's right. You heard it right here. We are having our Ladies Buffet Brunch. This is our annual affair. Every June we have this. It's happening this June 24th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Hilton Resort Barbados. No, listen, you don't want to miss this. Last year we had the Gatsby affair. This year we're having the pajama edition. It's going to be amazing. You just heard the lineups where we're going to be having some phenomenal women, and we're going to be dealing with the wounds. What is that? Rejection. We're dealing with low self-esteem. We're dealing with unforgiveness. Those things that we're carrying that are blocking us from being able to reach the next level in our lives and what God wants us to be able to accomplish. So you want to be in that room. Tickets are only $200 Barbados dollars. If you're a member, you get it at the member rate, which is $175. Don't hesitate, guys. Go right over to our website at www.queensmindset.net and grab your tickets. And if you're overseas and you're watching us, you can come in for this too as well. We'll love to have you here with us. So please join us. So Lisa, so we're having an amazing conversation here, and I like one of the comments here. It says, "Don't ignore the signs." So I wanna piggyback on this comment about not ignoring the signs. What are some of the signs that are telling you, listen, you're being sluggish and you're not pursuing the things that you've been called to? What are some of those signs that is an indication that, listen, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing?
Your heart knows. Your heart knows. It's not about what you see other people doing. It's not about what social media says, because half the time some of that's lies. You just got to listen to your heart. You know when you're being sluggish. Like, I'm supposed to have had a children's book written by now for my grandkids. They were going to be the new little co-authors of it. It's called Yaya and the Three J's. I've been talking about this book for a year and a half. Guess what? It's not done. But I got to nudge my little grandson. He said, Yaya, when my book coming out? You, baby, you know. And sometimes you get so wrapped up in work, wrapped up in kids. What we as women got to remember is that we are an individual first.
That's right.
That's what's important. You can be the daughter, the sister, the friend, the mama, all of that. But you are an individual first. This is something I love about my daughter. If she see me I could be in another state, and she'll text me and say, hey, yo, don't you need to be writing something? I said, why do you say that? She said, I saw you like 8 things on 2 different sites. Tighten up, player. Yes, ma'am. I'm going to put the phone down. But once you make that list and you sit with yourself and you're not marking anything else, that's why I believe in visibility. If you write it down, put it up. Put it up so you can see your progress. And that's what I do. The housekeepers, when they come in here, they're like, who are you? Because I got the ironing board up as my desk and my screen light there, and I got words over here. Because just because I'm on the road doesn't mean that I'm going to lose who I'm supposed to be. This job could go away tomorrow.
That's
but
right.
I could go away tomorrow and not live out the life that God wanted me to do.
That's right.
And help
Wow.
the people that God wanted me to help.
Beautifully said. Beautifully said. I love that. I love that. And I love that you have an accountability partner in your daughter. That is needed. We need accountability partners, people who are not going to be afraid to say, listen, you're slacking up. You're not on track. You need those people in your life. So that is amazing that you have someone, and not just anyone, but you have your daughter to be able to do that for you. So we are coming very close to the end, and I want to get to wrap up. But before we do that, I want you to talk to that woman right now who's watching, and maybe she is struggling right now because of the adversities that she's currently encountering. What would be some words of encouragement to her of how she can continue to press on and be resilient?
All of us have silent screams. We all have those things that we scream about inside while we smiling on the outside. We got to take a break. You got to take a break. And I know I keep saying this, but my healing comes in my pencil and my pen and my pad. And that may not be everybody's thing, but I'm going to tell you something. When you start writing down the things that you're facing, the things that you're going through, and truly be honest with yourself, you will figure out what's going on. You will figure out what to do. And if you can't figure it out, you have a connection of people around. There's a group somewhere for you. There's a coach somewhere for you that will help guide you on this journey. Don't do it by yourself, because it's hard by yourself. But there are some people that you can trust. There are some people that out here that mean good. And like she was talking about kingdom principles, find somebody in that realm. Kingdom principles. When I left religion and got over into kingdom-minded conversations, my whole life changed. So I'm here too. So if anybody needs something, I'm here too, because my goal in life is to help people feel better than I felt before I got right here. Because I went through some things, and they were hard things. But God brought me out. He put somebody here. He put somebody there. He put somebody there. And I'm making it through. None of us are perfect, but we can keep striving until we get to a place where we can say, oh yeah, I've crossed off all these things. Lord, what's my global goal? What's a bigger stretch that I can do? You can make it. You can make it. And whoever you are, I believe in you. I believe in you, because you can do it. We was built for this.
That's right. That's right. I love it. I love it. So for those persons who are watching right now and they are wondering, where can I find Lisa? How can I connect with her? You mentioned some books earlier. They might be interested in learning about where can I grab a copy. Tell us where we can actually get in contact with you.
So my website is www.lisajcrawford.com, and I have my books on there. I have my YouTube channel. Everything is connected on there. But I'm going to show you this. I know this is not the thing, but you see this right here? Silent screams. This my daughter. I don't know how to do it. That's my daughter right there. And she has this heart here with 3 daggers in it. When she got that heart with them 3 daggers in it, I was so angry. But God knew that I wanted this cover on my book. And so we all have silent screams. This girl been through so much, but she keep working it out. So www.lisajcrawford.com. If you Google me, I am everywhere. Find me, send me an email, whatever, and I will contact you back.
Thank you so much for sharing that. So we're getting ready to come to the end. But before we go, I really want to take some time out to go ahead and shout out those persons who are tuning in with us. We have Joyanne Calendar all the way from the US. She's Barbadian born. So welcome, Joyanne. Thank you for being here with us. We have Fine Espresso. She's here with us. And that's my sister. She's always there, you know. So I really want to shout her out. We have my very good friend, Natalie Murray from Nat Spirit Cafe. She is the visionary behind the Women in Business Prayer Breakfast, and she's on with us tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, Natalie. We have Sherry, who is all the way from Barbados. She is tuning in tonight. Thank you, Sherry. She's always here to tune in. And tonight we have the opportunity to be graced by Lady Bishop. She is an amazing, phenomenal woman. I love her. She's so amazing. Thank you all for joining us tonight. And if I miss anyone by chance, I just want to say thank you for tuning in tonight, because this could have been a success without all of you. But
Amen.
Don't leave yet. We have one final ad. And after this ad, then we'll come back, we'll wrap up, we'll say our final words, and then we'll see you soon. So stay with us as we go to our final ad.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to glow! Introducing the Glow Rewards Loyalty Card. With your free Glow Rewards Loyalty Card, you'll get access to discounts on leading beauty brands like Cetaphil, BioBalance, Palmer's, Cream of Nature, Cantu, and Tree Hut. You also get free delivery right to your door. Sign up today. For more details, visit us on Instagram at Brighton Stokes Glow Rewards or call 467-2222. The glow up is real. Sign up today for your Glow Rewards Loyalty Card and get ready to glow.
That's right. Get ready to glow. You know what that means? This is a phenomenal company here in Barbados called Brighton Stokes, and they have partnered with Queen's Mindset for our upcoming Ladies Buffet brunch. Guess what? Whenever you register to be a part of this Ladies Buffet brunch, you get an opportunity to be a part of the loyalty program. And get this, you don't have to wait for June 24th. Immediately when you sign up, you gain access to that card where you're getting many amazing rewards. Trust me, this is a phenomenal opportunity. I'm super excited that we get to be a part of this, and you don't want to miss out. So make sure that you are registering on our website so that you can be a part of the upcoming Ladies Buffet brunch and get your rewards cards when you're shopping with Brighton Stokes. All right, so Lisa, oh my goodness. Woo. I had an amazing time with you tonight. Thank you so much for sharing.
Your energy is insane. I love it. Can I just leave one thing with the people?
Definitely, yes.
This just opened up. I just picked this book up and it opened up. So this for y'all. God's will for you is as close to you as your most persistent thoughts and deepest desires.
I love that.
Pay attention to you, because he's speaking to you now.
That's right. I love, what a way to end out. I love that. I love that. Thank you so much, Lisa, for sharing with us tonight. And to our viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to see you on Thursday for our next episode as we continue A Woman of Resilience, as we're highlighting all of our cover girls for our magazine that's going to be launched on May 14th, Mother's Day, Mothers of Resilience. You don't want to miss this, because it just keeps getting better. Have an amazing night.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.